Gut detox. How fasting can naturally repair your gut. Let me ask you something. What if the thing you're doing right now 3 times a day, every single day of your life, is slowly destroying the one organ that controls almost everything about your health, your mood, your energy, your immune system, even how clearly you think? I'm not talking about your heart. I'm not talking about your brain. I'm talking about something most doctors spent less than 4 hours studying in medical school. Your gut. And here's what nobody is telling you: your gut doesn't just need better food. It doesn't just need probiotics or fiber or some expensive supplement. Sometimes it needs you to stop. What happens inside your body when you stop eating, even for just 16 hours, will genuinely shock you. And by the end of this video, you'll understand why millions of people around the world are calling fasting the most powerful gut reset in human history. Stay with me, because what I'm about to share changes everything. The problem nobody talks about. Here's a question I want you to sit with. When was the last time your gut actually rested? Think about it. You wake up, you eat breakfast, then lunch, then a snack, then dinner, then maybe something late at night. And while you sleep, your gut is still working, still processing, still trying to manage the chaos you put into it. Your gut has been running a 24-hour factory with no maintenance break for years. Now imagine any machine running non-stop for years without being serviced. What happens to it? It breaks down. And that's exactly what's happening inside millions of people right now. Silently. Without obvious warning signs, until it's already serious. The conditions is called leaky gut. And before you dismiss that as a wellness buzzword, understand this: research published in journals like Frontiers in Immunology has confirmed that intestinal permeability, the medical term, is directly linked to chronic inflammation, autoimmune disease, anxiety, brain fog, and even depression. Your gut lining is only 1 cell thick. 1 cell. That's the only barrier between the contents of your intestines and your bloodstream. When that barrier gets damaged from stress, from processed foods, from constant eating, from antibiotics, things start leaking through. Bacteria, toxins, undigested food particles, they enter your blood, and your immune system panics. And here's the dark part: your immune system starts attacking. Not just the invaders. Sometimes itself. So the question is, how do you repair something that thin? Something that fragile? Something that's been under attack, possibly for years? The answer is something humans have been doing accidentally and intentionally for thousands of years. What fasting actually does. Let's get into the science. And I promise this is where it gets really interesting. When you stop eating, something remarkable begins to happen inside your body. Not after days, not after weeks. It starts within hours. Hour 4 to 8. Your body finishes digesting its last meal. Insulin levels begin to drop. And, for the first time in hours, maybe the first time all day, your gut gets a break. Blood flow, which was being used to power digestion, starts redirecting. Your gut lining begins a quiet repair process. Hour 12 to 16. This is where it gets wild. Your body shifts into a state called ketosis. It starts burning fat for fuel instead of glucose. But something else is also triggered. Autophagy. Autophagy. This is your body's internal recycling system, discovered by Japanese cell biologist Yoshinori Ohsumi, who won the Nobel Prize for it in 2016. Autophagy is the process where your cells literally eat themselves, consuming damaged, dysfunctional cellular material and recycling it into new, healthy components. And guess which organ benefits enormously from autophagy? Your gut. Damaged gut lining cells get cleared out. Inflammation starts to reduce. The mucosal lining, the protective layer inside your intestinal wall, begins to rebuild. Your gut microbiome, the trillion bacteria living inside you, begins to shift and rebalance. Think of fasting like sending in a cleanup crew to a disaster zone. While you were constantly eating, The damage was accumulating. The moment you stop, the crew gets to work. Fasting headache. Black coffee or plain tea, these are generally fine and may actually enhance autophagy. What to eat when you break the fast? This is critical, and almost nobody talks about it. Do not break a fast with a heavy meal. Your gut has just been in repair mode. Slamming it with processed food or a massive feast immediately reverses much of the benefit. Break your fast gently. Bone broth. Fermented foods, kimchi, kefir, and sauerkraut. Cooked vegetables. These foods feed the newly balanced microbiome and support the fresh gut lining. Think of it like this: you just renovated a house. Don't immediately trash the place. The mental side nobody warns you about. Here's the part of fasting that will either make or break you. The hunger you feel in the first few hours of fasting is not real hunger. I know that sounds impossible. But listen, true physical hunger takes time to develop. What you feel in those first hours is habitual hunger, your body triggering hunger signals at the times you've trained it to expect food. Your bacteria screaming for their feeding schedule. Your blood sugar fluctuating because it's used to a constant supply. Push through that window, usually 2 to 4 hours, and something shifts. The hunger passes. Mental clarity arrives. A quiet kind of energy emerges that feels completely different from the caffeinated buzz you're used to. Ancient cultures knew this. Every major spiritual tradition in human history, Islam, Christianity, Buddhism, Hinduism, Judaism, incorporates fasting, not just for spiritual discipline, for clarity, for healing. They understood something that modern science is only now catching up to. Your body knows how to heal itself. It's been doing it since the beginning of human history. You just have to get out of the way. Your gut has been trying to heal. Every single night while you sleep, it's attempting repairs. Trying to rebuild. Trying to rebalance. Fasting doesn't heal your gut. You heal your gut by finally giving it the conditions it needs to do the job it was always built to do. Start small. Try 16 hours. See how you feel. Pay attention to your energy, your digestion, your mental clarity. And if this video opened your eyes to something you didn't know before, share it with someone who needs to hear it. Because there are millions of people suffering from gut issues who have never been told that the solution might not be adding something. It might be stopping. If you want to go deeper, my next video covers exactly what to eat to rebuild your gut microbiome after fasting. You don't want to miss it. I'll see you there.